This is the book of Psalm, chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God. And Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Psalm, chapter 64, verse 8, is that I want to show you this article I found today of Trump making a arrogant and bold statement, as well as I want to play a clip of Trump yesterday at the American Business Forum, which is equivalent to the World Economic Forum. It's just the American version. In fact, real quickly, I got the article right here. President Donald Trump in Miami brags about the economy despite election night rebuke, right? Because that Mamdani character, a puppet, was installed, right? But the point is, right here, it says the event was sponsored by Saudi Arabia's Sovereign Wealth Fund. Right. Hey, that's goes to show you America is Babylon the Great. The scriptures talk about that after the destructions, the Arabs will not be able to pitch their tent here no more. You can read that in Isaiah chapter 13. Okay. Miami's Republican Mayor Francis Suarez, right. Also, this mayor, Francis Suarez, was at the World Economic Forum 2 years ago. Was it 2 or 3 years ago? You can Google that. All facts, no cap, all facts. All right, but y'all going to skip over that. All right, what the hell is a mayor from Miami doing at the World Economic Forum? Okay, but y'all going to skip over that. Said he thinks Trump's recent travels have been transformational in his presidency and casts his speech as a highlight of the forum, which organizers have described as more accessible version of the World Economic Forum in Davos. Right. Okay. So this is America's version of the World Economic Forum in Davos. Okay. That, well, keep reading. Look, it says, or the Milken Institute, let me read this part right here. World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Right. Because that's where every year, January, they have the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, where all the elites go to plan what? World economy policies. Okay? World economy policies. All right? And what do they talk about? Digital ID, okay? Digital currency, and they're talking about that RFID chip, the mark of the beast. You know they're talking about it, okay? Or the Milken Institute Global Conference, which gathers the world's elite for discussions of the economy. Right, so Miami is now hosting every year, okay, the American Business Forum, which is equivalent to the World Economic Forum, okay? And Donald Trump in his speech, he says that Miami is going to be the crypto capital of the world. All right. Miami is going to be the new finance center because they're done with New York. They're done with New York City. They're tired. That's why they allowed all this Muslim and the Mamdani character to get in, because it's their way. It's their way to pull away from New York City. All right. Because Miami has been chosen for the New World, as the city for the New World Order. Okay? It's all facts. All facts. Anyway, back to the point of this lesson is that in this American Business Forum, Donald Trump says some arrogant, prideful stuff. And again, they make their own tongue fall upon themselves. So let's go to this article first, and then I'll play the clip. So this first article, Trump says today he was very much in charge of the JJ's June 13th attack on Iran. Okay? Right? Remember, for months they kept saying, oh, them JJs acted alone. They didn't need America's permission. Now, Trump is saying, no, I was very much in charge of that. Okay, I was the quarterback. Okay, that's basically what he was saying. The United States President Donald Trump has claimed responsibility for the JJ's initial attack on Iran, contradicting previous U.S. assertions that the JJ's government acted unilaterally. Right, they make their own tongue fall upon themselves. The JJ's attacked first. That attack was very powerful. I was very much in charge of that, Trump told reporters on Thursday. Right. Okay. And I always said that nothing goes down without America's say-so. All right, when it comes to the Middle East and foreign policy. Okay. This is why, hold up, got to bring this out. The U.S. military is now establishing a military presence at the air base in Damascus. What's all that about? Okay, because America is the one, okay, making sure that them JJs are protected, okay, and that they have direct line of sight on Iran and any other Arab nations that want to come up against them. This, all right. And this is why America will never leave the Middle East. Well, we got to, and this is the will of the Lord. That's the point. This is the will of the Lord. Got to bring that scripture out, because the Lord is making sure America doesn't leave the Middle East. I'm going to play the clip. Bear with me, because we bring out facts here at Great Millstone through the Spirit and Power Yahweh Bashem El Shai. All right, we just don't talk out of the side of our mouth. We don't make shit up, okay? We bring out facts, all right? But a lot of you haters and a lot of you scoffers are going to skip over this, okay? You're going to skip it, okay? Joel chapter 2, verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army. Who's the northern army? America, Babylon the Great. And will drive him to a land barren and desolate with his face toward the east sea, okay? Face toward the east sea, okay? Now, what's this talking about? This is talking about the Euphrates River, right? And its hinder part toward the utmost sea, right? Meaning, and behind them, okay, is talking about the Red Sea, okay? Or you also have the Suez Canal, all right? And all you got to do is ask Google, provide me a map of U.S. bases in the Middle East. Images. Okay. Here you let's do large. Let's do large. Okay. So America's Babylon the Great is that northern army. Yeah. Maybe I wanted like a good one. There was one that's like, it shows you. Yeah, Fox. Yeah, there we go. They make their own tongue fall upon themselves. U.S. forces location, all right? Syria. Now it's going to be at Damascus. U.S. forces locate all of this. Look at that. They're everywhere, okay? Even in Jordan. You have military bases in Jordan too, okay? There's another one too, but that was it, okay? That's just, we fact everything. We fact check everything here. And this is small. So let's read this one more time. With his face toward the east sea, talking about the Euphrates River, and his hinder part, all right, meaning the back part toward the utmost sea, which is the Red Sea. Oh, and by the way, America was getting spanked by them Houthis in the Red Sea. You best believe that. All right, because the Houthis was backed by China and still is backed by China and Iran. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he have done great things. Right. Okay, all the wickedness that America pushes throughout the world. All right, their debauchery. All right, their weirdo activity. Okay, now let's play this, because again, back to Psalm chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Right, NLT version. Their own tongues will ruin them, and all who see them will shake their heads in scorn. Let's look up the word scorn. Okay, meaning a feeling or belief that someone or something is worthless or despicable. Contempt. Right, now let's play this, because this fits with exactly what America's foreign policy and what America is as a whole.
We don't lose wars. Sometimes we don't fight to win. We'll stay around the country for 15 years, just bomb the hell out of everybody, make everybody miserable. Nobody knows why we're there, the wars that never end.
Again, he said this yesterday at the American Business Forum, where all the elites gathered. All right. So, all right, this is a proud man. Okay, very arrogant. But this is why, hey, the Lord put Trump in this position as the president. All right, because hey, he's gonna be that guy. Hey, everything's pointing him. He's gonna be it's looking like he's gonna be the last president. But let's play this again.
We don't lose wars. Sometimes we don't fight to win. We'll stay around the country for 15 years, just bomb the hell out of everybody, make everybody miserable.
Make everybody's life miserable, man. Okay? Here we go. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for the appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Right. And this is talking about the prophecies that are in the Bible. They're speaking. Okay? You clearly know who the Edomites are. You clearly know America's Babylon the Great. You clearly see that America is being set up to be destroyed. Okay? The whole world's looking at America as the problem, which is once again, setting America up to be destroyed. Okay? This is why Russia put this on their news platform. Okay? Because the Eastern Hemisphere is watching this. The kings of the East. They're like, motherfucker, these Americans are arrogant. Okay? It's these Edomites. All right? 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Perfect example. What did he say? Okay? Yeah. What did he say? We don't want to lose wars. Sometimes we just don't fight to win, We'll stay around the country for 15 years, just bomb the hell out of them, out of everybody. Make everybody miserable. Nobody knows why we're there. Well, anybody with a thinking brain knows, all right, to keep America's hegemony, all right, and to make money off the military-industrial complex, all right? Because through war, you can make a lot of money. That's why he said this at the American Business Forum, all right, because these are the elites. They make money off of war. That's why they're laughing, okay? They're really mocking people now, okay? They're really just mocking now, all right? So, oh yeah, you plantation Christians, you have nothing to say, all right? You dumbass Americans, you have nothing to say, all right? We bring out facts. This is why, again, all right, y'all don't like us because we bring out nothing but facts. Okay, that's why you're gonna skip over this. You after this, they're gonna say, all right, I'm done listening. I don't want to listen to this anymore. Even you alphabet groups like you FBI agents, you CIA, you military intelligence agency, you don't like what we gotta say, so you're gonna skip over this too. Hey, the Lord's gonna judge all y'all, man. Y'all going into World War III, and World War III is gonna end in nuclear war, and those bunkers are not gonna fucking save you. Period. Okay. If you got bunkers here in America, all right, you're not going to be saved. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Right, and this is how we live by our faith, because, hey, the scriptures are speaking, man. We know that these Edomites are not upright. All right, let's get into the Hebrew. Oh, I said I want to get into Hebrew words in my lessons, more. So yeah, let's bring up some Hebrew. Okay? The Hebrew word for upright is yashar. This is a yah, this is a shah, this is a ra. Bring this out. Yashar, right? Okay, there it is. This is a yah, this is a shah, and this is a ra. Okay? Follow along. And it says to be right, be straight, be level, be upright, be just. This man is not just. These Edomites are not just. Okay? What is just? Based on or behaving according to what is morally right or fair. Is that morally right or fair? Oh, let's look at it again. We stay around the country for 15 years just to bomb the hell out of everybody and make everybody miserable. Is that? See, they're gonna skip over this. Too much facts. They're gonna skip over that facts. All right. This is what we do. Okay. This is what we do. Based on or behaving according to what is morally right and fair. Right. Is this morally right and fair what he just said? Be lawful. All right. Is this lawful? Okay. Confirming or permitted by or recognized by laws or rules. Right. Legitimate. Okay. See, America is a dual system. All right. America's broken down in a dual system. America's fascism. Okay. Check this out. I want to show y'all something here. All right. I asked Google AI is a dual system associated with fascism. Yes, a dual system is a concept directly associated with the functioning of historical fascist regimes, particularly in Nazi Germany, right? And America is Nazi Germany 2.0, okay? But where did the Nazi Germany and America get this concept from? Rome. Back to business. All facts here, okay? All facts. Wait, hold on. We go real quickly. Was Rome a fascist state? Oh, they capping right now. Bullshit. Okay. Ancient Rome. The Roman Republic was a republican form of government with elements. Was the Empire of Rome a fascist? Was Rome Empire fascist? Bullshit. Nah, they capping. Okay, this is bullshit. Okay, because where the Germany, Italy, America, well, it started with America. They all got their government foundation from Rome. Okay, and it is fascist because you have the fascists. Okay, at the I don't know if it's the capital, the fascist, right? Let me show you the capital of the House Floor Congress. Let me see images. Yeah, there it is, the House floor. Okay, so you see right here. Let me get something bigger, because yeah, they capping. All right, it's too much facts. We bringing out too much facts. You see this? Man, come on. Back. Dang, how can I get a better shot of the this part right here? Are fascists, okay, which goes to show you America's Rome, okay. Oh, 2.0 all over again, man. The House floor Congress, fascists. There it is. There it is. You see that? Maybe it can give me a bigger picture. You see this? These are fascists. This goes back to Rome. Okay? So they cap in here. All right? America, Nazi Germany, and um, Italy. They all followed the ways of the Roman Empire. Okay? Economic system. Ancient Rome was an agrarian state, not a capitalist or industrial one, and it lacked modern corporations, which is total bullshit. Fashion, by contrast, was often a capitalist and corporatist system designed to build up a national military strength. Isn't that America? Okay? That's America. Okay? That's America in itself. All right? So, yeah, they cap in here. All right? Because ancient Rome did the same thing. Now, let's go back to this. Yes, a dual system is a concept directly associated with the function historical fascism regimes, particularly Nazi Germany. The term dual state was coined by a legal scholar, Ernst Fraenkel, to describe the structure of the Nazi state, which he analyzed as operating on two parallel tracks: the normative state. The part of the government operated according to the established laws and regulations, handling everyday administrative tasks like a typical bureaucracy. This is where what the most citizens in America fall under. Okay? Then you have the prerogative state. This was a system that exercised arbitrary power and violence, unchecked by any legal guarantees. It operated outside the normal legal framework to enforce the ideological goals of the Nazi Party, suppress dissent, and persecute targeted groups. Rome did the same thing. Okay? And America's doing the same thing. Aren't they not targeting groups? Like Jake, ICE. So what the? Okay. So come on, man. That's why they were capping here. All right, because now the AI they're trying to clean up. I know what the fuck these devils are doing. They're trying to clean up. Okay, because the AI is exposing them. All right, knowledge shall increase. Let me see. You know what? Let me use this word right here. Let me see something. Let's see. Was ancient Rome a Yup, here it is. However, the government, it's just, yeah, you gotta play with these words. See, again, however, the concept of a prerogative power, the authority to act for the public good without or even against written laws in times of emergency, existed and was a significant feature of the Roman government, particularly during the Republic. Isn't that what America is doing? Prerogative power in the Roman Republic, dictatorship. The primary institutional form of prerogative power in the Republic was the office of the dictator. This was a temporary magistrate typically appointed during military emergencies for a term of no longer than 6 months. The dictator held supreme military command, imperium, and wide discretion, operating with a degree of authority that was not subject to the usual checks and balances. Isn't that what Donald Trump's doing? Such as the right of provocatio, appeal to the people, consular imperium. Ordinary magistrates, especially the councils, also held imperium, a broad authority in both civil and military matters that was nearly absolute when commanding an army abroad. Come on, man. All right. So Rome was fascist. Rome was the foundation of fascism. Don't be fooled, man. Rome was and America, Nazi Germany, okay, Italy. They all follow the same thing, but the only difference is America is at the forefront of it. That's why in Revelation, it's a perfect time to bring this out. All right. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Right. This is talking about America, Babylon the Great. All right. Having two horns, right? The political process. The illusion. You know, that's the what do they call? That's the dual system, right? And one side of his mouth. Hold on, let's go back. All right, it's a normative state, right? You go out and vote. You bring it. You even though voting doesn't matter, but I'm making a point, right? You vote for blue or red. Okay. The schmuck gets into office. Okay. And then what does he do? All right. He moves in a prerogative state. Okay. Back to and he spake as a dragon, right? Draconian laws. All right. Doing things outside of the law. Okay. America's ran on a dual system. 12. And he excised all the power of the first beast before him. Right, because this all goes back to Rome. Rome did the same thing. And he caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. Right. So there you go. Whose deadly wound was healed? All right. Who's that deadly wound that was healed? It's talking about Rome. And America is at the forefront of it. Okay. And that's why the whole world wondered after the image of the beast, meaning the Roman ways. So there you go. So nothing new under the sun. So there is no, this place is not lawful, never was. Okay? So back to Habakkuk. So chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Verse 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth that home, whose largest desire is hell, and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations and heaping unto him all people. Right. Did not Donald Trump say, all right, that these wars, okay, are forever wars? They never end. Okay? They just make people's lives miserable. Right? Now check this out. I asked Chat GPT. See, we bring out facts here. Y'all don't want to hear the facts. Okay? Y'all gonna skip over this too. Okay? All you reject plantation Christians, all you sellouts, okay? All you clown Americans, you're going to skip over this. This is too much facts. There's too much. They're going to skip over this. Okay? We bring out the receipts. The term forever wars refers to a law. Because I asked ChatGPT, what is forever wars? And is America taking the doctrine in their foreign policy? The term forever wars refers to a long, open, ended military conflicts with no clear end goal, victory, condition, or exit strategy. Wars that continue indefinitely under the justification of maintaining global security or combating terrorism, right? AK maintaining America's hegemony. This is how these Edomites are able to maintain their power. By the sword shalt thou live, right? Got to bring it out. All right? This is the blessing that Isaac gave Esau. Because Esau, he cried like a bitch. All right? Because our forefather Jacob got the blessing, which is what? The kingdom of heaven. All right? To be kings and priests on earth. All right? And Esau was mad because he couldn't get that. He got supplanted by our forefather Jacob, and it was all through the Spirit. It was all done by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's all it's all done by the Lord. Okay, so that prophecy can be fulfilled. Isaac is Yahushai in the reincarnation. If you can receive it, you can receive it. Genesis chapter 27, verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Right. So there's going to be a time where these Edomites are going to be ruling. Because heaven is a condition. Okay? Where's the scripture that it says Esau, Edom is going to be ruling in the clouds? Okay? This is why you plantation Christians, you don't understand. This is talking about a condition, all right? Donald Trump, the World Economic Forum, if you go to some of those videos at that World Economic Forum or even American Business Forum, the bulk are them JJs, okay? The bulk of them, okay? So this is their heaven. Even Donald Trump said, hey, I'm probably not going to be in heaven. But hey, I'm in my heaven now on Air Force One, roughly paraphrasing it. He said he's not going to make it to heaven because he knows this is his heaven. Okay? 40, and by the sword shalt thou live. You see that? And by the sword shalt thou live. So there you go. And shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, and thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. There we go. You see? So we bringing out the facts here, all right? We know who Esau Edom is the so-called white man. And by the sword, he rules. Just like what Donald Trump was saying. Facts. But y'all gonna skip over this because, y'all a bunch of haters. That's how we know this is only for the elect, all right? To build up the elect. And the elect will be praising Yahweh Bashim Shai even more because this is the truth, okay? This is facts, okay? So let's read this. Ooh, let me ask something. I'll ask after I'm done reading this. Back because I'm trying to do the comparison to Rome, ancient Rome, because guarantee I put money on it. If I were to ask ChatGPT, was ancient Rome involved in forever wars? What do you think they're gonna say? What do you think they're gonna say? All right. It's too much facts. They're gonna skip this. All right. The term forever wars. Okay, I read that. Origin of the term. Forever wars became widely used after the U.S. invasions of Afghanistan and Iraq. These wars were launched under the global war on terror following 9/11, but over time expanded into a broader global military campaign involving drone strikes, special operations, and proxy warfare across multiple countries: Somalia, Yemen, Syria, Libya, etc. You should put Iran in there. Core characteristics: no clear definition of victory. The U.S. often fights threats rather than define enemies. Isn't that what Trump just said? Shifting missions, regime change, nation building, counterterrorism, or counter insurgency. Objective evolve without closure. Exactly. Venezuela. This is why they're building up in Venezuela. Okay? Because they want to do regime change. Okay? And it looks like they're going to do airstrikes on Venezuela. We'll see. All right? But it's looking like it's going to happen. Continuous deployment. U.S. troops, contractor drills remain active in dozens of nations. Right. That's why you'll never leave the Middle East. Expansion, executive power. Presidents of both parties rely on the 2001 Authorization for Use of Military Force, AUMF, to justify operations without new congressional approval. Right. That's all Donald Trump has to do. Donald Trump has to use the 2001, this is right after 9/11, to justify. That's why he, again, Venezuela, he named the cartel terrorists to justify him attacking Venezuela. You get the picture? All he has to do is say they're terrorists. That's why he's going to attack. Period. There you go. Privatization and secrecy. Heavy use of private military contractors, right? Like your Blackwaters, or there's a whole bunch of private military. In fact, Florida has the most private military contractors. All right, this is where they do the most training. All right. A lot of private military contractors are based out here in Florida. Covert CIA missions and drone warfare reduces transparency. Is America still following forever doctrine? In practice, yes. Though with modification. Period. Okay? Did ancient Rome have forever wars too? And yes, in many ways, ancient Rome absolutely practiced own form of forever wars. While the term is modern, the concept of endless military expansion and permanent warfare was deeply woven in Roman politics, economics, and identity. All facts, okay? This is how we walk niggas down. Word up. I stole that shit from Tekashi 69. I stole a lot of shit from him. All right? Took that shit. All right? There you go. Boom. All right? You plantation Christians, you have nothing to say. All right? Eat a missile. Habakkuk, back to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Right. All right, this is going to be to your utter demise. That's why America's never getting out of the Middle East. That's why America's never getting out of these wars, because it's all being leading up to your destruction. That's why America's never getting out of debt. Oh, by the way, You know, this whole notion with crypto, oh, crypto's gonna be able to pay down the debt. Bullshit. I asked Google AI. I said, will crypto be able to pay pay down, pay the U.S. debt? Oh, they capping, because here we go. Yep. As of November 2025, cryptocurrency does not have the capacity to pay off the U.S. national debt, which exceeds 38 trillion. While some political figures and crypto proponents have suggested that Bitcoin and other digital assets could help, the total crypto market capitalization is only a fraction of the debt. For instance, calculations show that Bitcoin would need to be priced at nearly 1.86 million per coin to directly cover the debt. Okay? So there you go. All right? So crypto is not going to be able to pay down this debt. Okay? Will crypto be able to pay down the U.S. debt? Maybe if I say it this way. No, that's it. Facts. No, cryptocurrency cannot pay down the U.S. debt. It's volatile. Volatility and scale makes it impractical, and the U.S. government's financial system is not set up to accept crypto payments for its debt. All right? Which, this is what they're working on. While some digital currency like stablecoins are being used for financial transactions and could potentially affect interest payments on the debt, they do not represent a means to extinguish the national debt itself. All right? And so this is what America is trying to do. They're trying to weasel the way out the debt, but it's not going to help, man. All right? We're too far gone, man. You see what the fuck this guy just said, which is beautiful? Come on. The nations are angry. So, yeah. So that was just a little side note, you know? But there you go. So, just want to bring out some facts. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 7. Shall they? So this is why I brought out the debt, because they're not going to be able to pay off the debt. Doesn't matter. Okay, with this crypto stuff, they're not going to be able to pay it off. All right, they might be able to make it look like they're paying off a fraction of it, but they're not going to be able to pay it off, because the prophecies say they'll be laying themselves with thick clay, another Hebrew word. Okay. It's ibat yat. Weight pledges heavy debts. Okay, heavy debts. There you go. That's why it's important to get into words, brothers and sisters. Verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? And thou shalt be for booties unto the right. America's going to be spoiled. Okay? Just what Donald Trump said alone is pissing off the kings of the East, man. 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Boom. Facts, man. All right? This is why America is going to be destroyed. Okay? It's evident. Everything that America is doing, it's setting itself up to be destroyed. Okay? And that mouth of Donald Trump is just the icing on the cake, man. Okay? He's arrogant, man, and proud. Okay? Psalm chapter 10, verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his conscience, will not seek after the Most High. God is in honor all his thoughts, right? And that's Donald Trump. Didn't Donald Trump light a candle for a Hindu god? All right? Celebrating a Hindu festival? I thought he was a Christian. All facts. See? They're going to skip that. They're going to skip that. It's too much facts, man. Okay? All facts. They're going to skip this, though. 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Isn't that what Donald Trump just did right there? All right? Yeah. This is how we walk niggas down. All right? You plantation Christians are cooked. You fucking clowns in America are cooked. Get ready for nuclear war. Get ready for World War III. Get ready for a draft. And with that, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Mokah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostle elders. We're almost out of here. You clearly see we're almost out of here, man. All right? This place ain't going to last. We're just waiting for the RFID chip to market a beast. So for the few sisters that are watching, keep studying. And stay prayed up. We're almost out of here. Shalom.